This famous actor, known for the bad guy, started his life as a real criminal. He was one of the most dangerous gangs in America, and he was accused of horrific crimes. So what is the story of the most dangerous actor in America, and how he lived almost all his life misunderstood?
Danny had a very tough and difficult childhood. He was born out of wedlock, and his mother refused to take care of him. She told his father that she's still young and she doesn't want the responsibility of being a mother. Sadly, neither his dad wanted really to take care of him or take his responsibility. His father was a gangster and he was escaping from justice after he got in an accident and caused someone to die. So his father decided to leave him with his grandmother, and he got raised with his cousins. Years went by, and the only one that really looked after Danny was his youngest uncle. But his uncle wasn't that much older than him. He was only 7 years older, and Danny saw him as his idol and his best friend. But sadly, he wasn't really a great role model for Danny. Actually, he was the opposite of that. When he was only 8 years old, his uncle introduced him to drugs, and from right then, he got hooked up and got addicted immediately. His uncle even used him in his horrible activities, and he would send him to sell and buy drugs all the time. He saw Danny as an innocent child, that no one would really suspect him of smuggling those kind of stuff. But later he got arrested and caught when he was only 10 years old. He spent 5 years in that institution, and right there he made some of the worst friends he could ever meet. So when he came out, he immediately joined a gang, and he became a career criminal. And one day, when he was only 18 years old, he got arrested again, but this time was for robbery, and he got sentenced 10 years in one of the most dangerous prisons in America. That prison was a nightmare and a living hell for such a young teenager like Danny. Every prisoner treated him awfully, and even the guards inside the prison would treat him horribly. And one day, he found himself in one of the most dangerous situations ever that could have ended everything for him. A huge riot happened inside the jail. Everything was out of control, and everyone was for himself. A guard died because of this horrible riot, and they accused Danny of killing him. They sent Danny all alone to his cell and told him that it will not be that much until he get executed for what he did. And right then, Danny lived the most awful period of his life, and he was crying every day non-stop. And fortunately, after a few weeks, a witness came and told the truth of what happened. Danny couldn't believe what happened, and he had faith that God gave him another chance to change his life. And he decided to take the first step and stop taking drugs altogether. He started attending meetings inside the prison, and he was very serious to get over his addiction. And he started learning boxing so he can defend himself from all the abuse he could face in the prison. He even decided to continue his education and got his high school diploma while he was still inside the prison. They even decided to lighten his sentence because of all the change that happened to him. And he was out of jail after 5 years only, instead of 10. And then he decided to get away from all his old friends and all the gang world that he used to live in. He decided to work as a boxing trainer, and that career opened a lot of opportunities for him. One day, a famous actor named Eric Roberts came to take a class with him, and Eric noticed that Danny has a very unique and intimidating face, and he offered him something very strange. He told him that they need someone like him to play a gangster in a new movie he's doing. And even though it was a very small role, but Danny took it right away, and his performance was eye-capturing, and everyone noticed him. And after that, he got a ton of offers to play more bad guys in movies. Years went by, and Danny became one of the biggest names in the industry to play the bad guy. And he made millions of dollars playing those kind of roles. But this time, all that money didn't really change him. It was the opposite. He started to become a speaker and give talks to people who struggle with addiction. He would give sessions telling young people that he was struggling like them and maybe even more, and one day they can make it. And lately, Danny celebrated over 45 years of sobriety.
Thank you for watching, and please follow Comic Books in Arabic.